she was brought to a wildlife rehabilitator. So someone who takes in injured or sick wild animals to try and help them either get better, or potentially, if they're not going to get better, to euthanize them. So it's kinder to give them euthanasia than to let them suffer. So doing one of those. So Liggy was brought to a wildlife rehabilitator in 2023. And it became clear very quickly that she was attached to people, that she was, it's called an imprint when they are attached to people. It doesn't mean that they think they're humans or anything like that, but it does mean that they rely on people to take care of them, to bring them food, that sort of thing. And that became clear very quickly. And Liggy is one of our, even at HawkWatch of the imprint, she is very imprint. She loves being around people. The rehabber connected Liggy with a falconer. So that's a person who uses birds for hunting. And that falconer worked with Liggy to try and get her to hunt, and she was uninterested. She just wanted to be fed. Yeah. And so her permit switched. So falconers have to have permits to work with birds because, as Chris mentioned, we can't have them as pets. So her permit was switched from being a falconry bird to being an education bird.
Aurora came to HawkWatch in 2022 after being at a rehab for being hit by a car. So she was found injured on the side of the road. So technically it could have been something else, but she had a damaged wing, so she was most likely hit by a car. And that did permanent damage to her right wing, particularly the patagial tendon. So that tendon runs pretty much the whole length of the wing. And that's what helps them truly open and shut that wing. And so Aurora can't fully open her right wing anymore. She can still close it pretty good, but she can't fully open it. And so because of that, she is unable to fly anymore. And you know, most birds, if they cannot fly, they're not going to be able to hunt, migrate, all that kind of stuff. So because of that, Aurora was deemed unreleasable, and then she came to HawkWatch. So where Liggy is much more uncertain, because kestrels, especially, like the juveniles, look basically like once they get rid of their fledgling feathers, they look pretty much like adults. So they're really tough to age after they've fledged. Swainson's hawks have a little bit longer period of time. Most birds, they have their juvenile plumage, their adult plumage, their looks won't change anymore. Swainson's hawks have an in-between, so like a second to third year molt. They'll have juvenile, second year, then adulthood. Aurora, when she came to us, still had a handful of those second year feathers. So she was most likely going through into her third year, so adulthood. And so we believe she was 3 when we got her,